Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
Uno.
Hey,
Uno,
everybody.
dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Hey, everybody. Come on in. Tune in.
Okay, we got to do the preliminaries.
Yeah.
Preliminaries. Okay, so I got to put add highlight because that's the only one that works for me.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't got no followers. Highlight. Some
Give
friends.
us 1 second.
What's up, y'all? Can y'all see the people?
Mm-mm.
I can't see the people either.
No, I'm sharing. I'm sharing it right now.
What's up?
Hey, how y'all feeling out there today on this rainy day? It's still a good day now.
Rain is growth, girl.
And that's what it
Right?
means.
Some shit gonna grow out
This
of
is
there.
the first day of fall, my
Sometimes you need
favorite
it to get
season.
wet. You know?
My favorite season.
Sometimes it's good to get
There's
wet.
nothing wrong with getting wet, baby. We had that discussion. There's nothing wrong with getting wet.
So what's up? What's up? I don't like it. Okay, I can see it now.
What's up?
How many
What's
people?
up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? That's me watching. That's that one person. That's not one. All right. So how y'all been? What's been going on? I've been good. I'm gonna answer my own question.
Well, that's good. That's a start. That's good.
No, I've been good. Week has been cool. I think what I take from this week is just really I've been like just allowing myself for like connection for real.
Mm-hmm.
And like just the exploration of that and just being really, really present.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like that this week. So
That's what's up.
yeah, it's been
I
good.
I
It's been
definitely
good.
can relate to that. I think this past week I've been kind of just being accepting things for what it is
Mm,
and just moving forward, moving
Yeah.
on, keep going. I got so much needed family time, so much needed girl time. Shout out to B for throwing her moo party, and it was a complete success. Y'all, come to these girls events. It get you free. Get you dance. You come at peace at some
Yeah.
point, even if it's just for a minute. But yeah, we turned up. I got a little twerk. I haven't twerked in a minute, for real. But last night, yeah, I got a little twerking out.
a little twerking
Yeah.
at the moo party.
At the Moo party, and after, shout out to Mama Nandi, you know, we went up there, and I haven't been there in a minute either, so I decided to pop in. Hey, T-Boss girl.
Hey,
What's going on? How you feeling, Alicia?
What's up?
I had a good week also. Focusing on myself and getting my shit in order. And like shit, whatever happens, happens. I'm in the flow of things too. So yeah, I just been flowing.
Period.
Okay. Oh, flowing up in here like water.
That's what I'm saying. Wet. Ain't no
Wet. We
water.
just say we're just getting
Ain't
wet.
nothing
Ain't
wrong
no
with
getting
being
wet.
wet.
Right.
Keep moving.
Keep moving.
What's up, Mark? How you feeling today?
Shit, same old shit, different toilets. You know me, keeping it moving, staying busy. Karaoke last week, got paint and puff a couple of weeks. About to start teaching next month. News stories flying across the desk, all kind of crazy shit, man. Just keeping it busy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Keeping it busy.
You heard any arrangements on that Ray Sean situation?
Huh?
You heard anything about the arrangements on the Ray Sean situation?
I actually did. I don't know by heart what they are, but yeah, I did hear they had some arrangements together for that brother.
And if they get the quota for the GoFundMe?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they
I heard
already
the city
gonna make
made-
that.
I
They
heard the
been
city
had that.
came out for them, like
They
the city
been had
showed
that.
up. So that was
Yeah.
that was nice.
He was a real good dude. A real good dude.
Yeah.
Condolences to him, his mom, his kids, family, you know, all the homeboys, and you know, they lost someone
Real
very
sad
special.
situation.
Yeah,
Shit was
very
so fucked up.
special.
Yeah. What do y'all think about? Okay, so before I'm about to get into it.
Hey,
I was about to get into
God
it.
speak.
Yeah, God speak. That's what we talking about today. And this is in relation to like, well, you know, just to kind of segue from that space, because I think this is a part of it. Because you know, we're talking about relationship with spirit, you know, and whatever that looks like, you know, for you. And so I was going to ask a question about what y'all think about with death. I know that's a big question to start off
I mean,
with,
it is.
as far as that is
It
the first
is.
question.
It is. That's a humongous
So let me,
question.
as far as like, cause I'm thinking about like in this like in the spirit terms, right? Like our belief systems or whatever it is, like we
Like a lot
kind
of
of
people
ground on.
believe that they're gonna go see them gates. Some
Yeah.
people don't. Everybody had their own
Yeah.
thoughts. When it comes to me, I just came with the conclusion that I really don't know, because I'm
Okay.
obviously I'm alive, saved, sanctified.
Okay. Okay.
But no, after so long, I've had my mom died, my dad died, I had a few brothers died, my aunt. So when it came to death, I became a little comfortable with it. So I kind of just accept the fact like death is natural.
Okay.
It's going to happen. So it's like I don't put my mama went to heaven, they went to hell. I've never been one to just say that. I just know they resting wherever they at, whatever they doing, I can't speak for that. Of course, I hope wherever they at, they are at peace.
Yeah.
With themselves and how they live their lives and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I can't really,
Yeah. Is that how your belief system is too? Like as far as like, being able to just be like, say you don't know, you accepting
don't
as far
know.
as like,
I'm
it
accepting.
is.
I'm just accepting
Yeah.
the unknown. Like, of course, people can say that. People be like, "Oh, I died, went to hell, came back. I died, went to heaven, came back. Said it wasn't my time." Those things I can't say that they.
So you
are
never
true or
experienced
false.
nothing like that, like where you had
I
like an
mean,
encounter spiritually or anything like that.
when the closest I came to death, I was blank. Like, I don't remember.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
when I
not-
had my moments, I can't say I've had any of those moments where I felt like, oh, no. It was just dark, blank. Like, I don't remember nothing about it.
But even outside of death, like, have you ever had that, Alicia, as far as like, connecting, like you felt like, oh, spirit was there, or,
Well, for me, it's different. I grew up in church. Like, my whole family, grandparents, father, uncles, all that. Like, praise and worship, team stuff, practice, all that. I was in church, revivals, all that. So I did more church-related activities than I did, like, military balls and school functions. Like, I couldn't go, you know what I'm saying, hang out with you after school, but we went to church together. We was hanging every day. So to me, I feel like spirit show up in a lot of ways to me, emotionally, physically. Like, yeah, I believe in spirit because, like, I was taught that. Not only was I taught, I got to feel it for myself. I got to know spirit for myself. So it's not what somebody can tell me, what somebody can show me. It's what I experienced. And I done been through some shit where I know, like, ain't nobody but God. Like, because, it's situations where a motherfucker can't show up. And you got to accept a motherfucker not showing up. But it's like, damn, I got through this. And the only way I would have got through this if it was him up there. And so, yeah, I, like, connect with spirit. Spirit and got me through. It's my nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, spirit my nigga. Like, for sure. Like, I don't even... Look, I ain't about to play with y'all. Spirit my nigga. Like, shit.
That's a
Yeah,
t-shirt
it
right
be
there.
like that.
Spirit, my nigga.
like, look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely connects with me. I'm not saying, like, I'm, like, the religious of everybody, because, like, real shit, my daddy and them are pastors. Right now, he owned the church. My grandparents, like I stated, they were pastors. I grew up front row, like, all that. But I don't connect like that because I feel like nowadays churches and things have become like cliques. I don't deal with cliques. I don't deal with competition. I don't deal with, trying to prove my position or anything. And so that's what strayed me from the church. It's like, all right, I believe in God. I believe in spirit. I believe in this. But all right, I'm not about to chase like a family structure. I'm not about to chase this church home, like this whole idea of faith in church. So I believe in spirit, but I don't believe in religion. I believe a lot of shit is made up. A lot of shit depends on what church you go to. And a lot of shit within the church became clicked up and became less about spirit and more about individualities and individuals. So yeah, I disconnect with spirit when it comes to religion. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I was raised as a Christian. I also have family that are Catholic. I think once I got to a certain point to where I could actually, people ask me, like, are you religious? I was able to just be like, I don't follow a religion. I had to do my own spiritual, I guess, awakening or whatever. I had to, like, when it came to just like Alicia said, you know, when you go through things and you realize nobody could have got you out of that situation, but something that's way more powerful, something that created you, something that was able to move mountains, move, you know, shit to the side for you. And I want to say, I guess, like, battling with life in general, but when I had to go through, when I had to fight the C word, you know, I think that took me to a whole different realm when it comes to my spiritually, you know, where it came to, like, what I actually believe in, what I want to do, and how, you know, I do feel like we were put here to teach, you know what I'm saying, and to try our hardest to guide people into doing what's right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things, people could put that in religions, but doing what's right. You know, if somebody, you know, fall, you can laugh and you can talk about them, you can walk away, or you can help them up, then laugh. That's what I do.
Say laugh afterwards.
I'm going to laugh last.
I mean,
But,
I think, I share in you guys' like, as far as background, for sure. You know, we mention that quite often as far as, you know, being saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. Like, it was for like a super saved, because, you know, my grandfather was the pastor of the church. And so, you know, everything was, you know, this is a family thing as well. And I remember a couple years ago just realizing what my foundation actually was, though. And, you know, initially I thought my foundation was like Christianity. And but thinking of it, my foundation was actually like the way in which my grandfather taught, not necessarily like, you know, the Christianity aspect of it. Like, yeah, I was like in it, but I think a lot of the like basis of like how I develop myself and how I see myself spiritually is still connected to that, in which the way in which he taught. And one of the big things that resonated for me with him is he would say something like, he would say, do you know God is real, or do you believe God is real?
That's
And
led
then-
me to say spirituality, as far as like religion, as far as like the church home and a pastor. Yeah, I don't believe in it like that, because I didn't have church pastors and stuff, grew up with the same church pastor, and church hurt is a whole different type of hurt, right? And so it's like, if I'm basing my religion or basing my relationship with God on how much I know God off the information that you could provide, and then I realize you're not shit either, like, that's gonna taint my image that I'm getting from God. So I can't base off of the way you're teaching or the way this pastor said this moved me, because that pastor might do something outside of the flesh or outside of the Christianity, the way I'm looking at it, and I'm like, damn, he ain't moving me like that no more.
Yeah, and I understand that. Like, you can definitely incorporate all of that. Like, you know, I think that's the issue a lot of times, is that a lot of humanness comes into the space of spirit. And so when we are in that space of humanness, it makes it difficult. And so, again, which is what I appreciated from my grandfather, was being able to even recognize that, because he would say things like, how you know I ain't up here lying to you? You need to go and go read that for yourself.
Yeah,
like, how you know I could just be up here saying anything to you, you know? And so certain things like that, like, you know, even going back to the belief and knowing thing, like, you know, he would say, like, you believe in God, or you know as a guy, and people be like, I know. And he'd be like, how you know? And they'd be like, cause he did this and he did this, and he was like, you don't, like, he said, do you know that chair gonna hold you up, or you gonna believe that chair gonna hold you up? Like, it's all based on this belief that we have. And so I think that foundationally for me, it led me to a space where, you know, spirit is my nigga. I like that, because it's this individual piece of it, right? Because I think a lot of times in, like, with spirituality and religion and God, or all this, it's a real taboo topic, right? People don't want to talk about it. People be arguing and fighting about it, like, you wrong,
yeah, you going, and then they gonna send you to
going
hell,
you know.
Going to hell.
And I like the idea of spirit of my nigga is my nigga, because it's like this an individual thing. Your spirit, my spirit's all connected to great spirit, or whatever it is our belief is. And our path is our path. So like, us getting really like all up in arms about somebody else's path and their
or,
beliefs.
or their personal relationship. Like, that's what it is with the.
Well,
with
what
that
we
prayer.
say the other day, get out my spiritual space.
Yeah, get out my spiritual
my
space.
spiritual
How can
space.
you tell somebody
My
the terms,
spiritual
conditions,
business.
or the parameters of a personal relationship that they have with somebody that's not you?
Yeah.
Whether it be their God or their child or their relationship, romantic relationship. You coming into somebody else's house telling them how they need to handle their situation with their husband or their child. It sounds stupid. So how you gonna come in and tell somebody how they need to
I mean, but
accord
there's a
with
lot
their
of people
God?
out here feel like that.
And they do, yeah. That's the
A lot of
problem.
people
That's
feel
what I'm
like
saying.
the church by itself is where God is at. You know, I haven't I haven't walked in the church in a minute. The last time I walked in the church, the pastor damn near grabbed my ass.
Oh.
Talk to me, you need some special prayer. What the fuck type of special prayer is that?
Lord Jesus.
Baby, do not lay your hands on me.
Lord
I don't want them.
Jesus.
I don't want them tainted hands.
Yeah.
Do not put them hands on me. And I remember being young, and my aunt used to always be like, watch who pray for you.
Yeah.
Watch who pray over you, and watch who ask who pray for you. Because
Yeah.
people pray on your downfall. You'll be like, oh, y'all pray for me. And they be like, yeah, I pray whatever she going through. That shit eat her up. That shit this. People
I done
be praying
been,
on your downfall.
to a church where this lady was preaching her ass off, and I'm like, oh, she got the word. I'm about to get the word. She was asking for a donation. And I remember reaching in my purse. I'm like, I'm going to get this lady my last $20. I walked up in the prayer line like, I know she about to tell me something. She about to give me the freaking word. And that lady rebuked me. She said, you got a rebellious spirit on you. Woo, woo, woo. I said, I done gave this my last $20 for you to tell me I got a rebellious
You
spirit
was about
on
to
me.
pay for it.
You know what I said, oh, all right, God, that's what. I wasn't expecting that, but, I wanted you to tell me my breakthrough is coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see you pushing. I see you doing it. She said, you going to bump your head. You just got this. You got this rebellious spirit on you. Is my last $20, bro. I wanted to reach in that office basket so bad.
That was not the spirit.
That's what proved that rebellious spirit.
That spirit ain't gonna tell you what you want to hear. He gonna tell you what you needed
Most
to hear. And that
definitely.
$20, I needed to hear that because I was rebellious as fuck, right? But I wanted her to be like, yes, your breakthrough is coming. I see you on the other side. I want her to lie to me like all these other ministers did. But she didn't tell me what I needed to hear. What I wanted to hear. She told me what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
And because of that, I was like, all right. I think about who I give my $20 to, but I understand the message. Like, dog, she really was in the spirit because that's what my spirit needed to hear. Like, my flesh needed to hear, like, yeah, you that bitch is coming on the other side. It's green road. We see you. The storm is over now. That's the type of message I got to hear. But she was like, no, I see you on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of preachers. Don't nobody want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? When somebody is telling you the truth. But she had to really tell me, and it was my last $20. But I heard the message at the end of the day. It's like, yeah, I'm not right. My spirit is not right. Yeah, I'm rebellious. Yeah, I need to fix it. But it didn't have to cost me $20, and I learned that.
And it had to cost me $20.
You know?
Sometimes it costs you more.
You know? I thought for sure this lady was about to, woo.
Sometimes it
Yeah,
costs
I'm going to get the word.
You know what I've realized is, when spirit do talk, it don't necessarily have to be in church. Like, I remember I was at a park, and I had my kids at the park, me and my homegirl Taylor, we just at the park, and this lady walked up to us, and she was like, how y'all doing? We like, hey. She like, y'all, she had asked for some hand sanitizer. And I was like, yeah, I'm a mama. Go ahead and give you some hand sanitizer. And we had ended up stepping out the car, and she just started speaking all these things. And what was crazy is because it was her sister, and her brother. And she came up to me. She said, you are strong. Right. And I was like, thank you. You know how sometimes like, oh, everybody, how people like psychics and me, I'm like, oh, everybody say the normal thing. So she like, you are very strong. And sometimes you could be too strong. Like you still need people. You still need that village. You need those people there with you. And she was like, but you are powerful. You are, she started speaking all this thing, everything over me. And then her brother was like, no, she not. Like, she ain't no God like me and her God. I'm the God. And I was just like, ooh, why you intimidated? Like, why you feel some type of way? Like, you can receive your own words. You ain't got to try to steal mine. Don't try to steal my little words of affirmation. Don't try to steal my little, my moment.
Does the spirit usually speak for you guys outside of yourself?
I would say it.
Both.
I would say it depends.
Both.
I wouldn't say usually. I can see an equal maybe as far as what I know. I I know the signs from within and external.
Yeah, yeah.
I say spirit speak through whatever the tool needed to speak through you at that time. I believe there's a message in everything, whether it's a person, whether it's an event,
Whether it's good,
whether
bad.
it's television, whether it's through the kids. Like, spirit is always speaking, and it's up to us to hear it. I feel like he try to reach us in levels that he think we're on, and a lot of times we naive and think it's our self-conscious speaking to us, or that person ain't talk to me. Like God say, God say a lot of time out of the mouth of babes, you will have a kid tell you stuff, or a kid to see shit, and you like, oh, you don't go on about your business, you don't know what you talking about, and that kid can be the one who had a word for you. You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to hear. We think that we need to be in church and in front of the preacher, the same preacher who going through the same problems with us, to hear the word or hear spirit.
So do
know?
you consider it a spirit? So spirit is he, and spirit is
spirit is
church.
Everything. He, she was whatever spirit want to be. Like I said,
I would say
spirit is my
whatever
nigga.
whatever you see spirit
No,
as for you.
I'm just asking
Whatever
questions.
that,
Yeah,
right,
I'm just
whatever
asking
you,
questions.
however you see spirit, that's who spirit is to you. Because some people feel like spirit is a female, male, God, water, anything. Whatever it is, that's you. It's about what you believe. I feel like when it comes to me, when I speak to others, I speak to myself. So like in those moments where I be in that mood and I'm speaking and I'm saying these things, like especially, when it comes to accountability and standing up and be like, yeah, and I'm talking to somebody else, and then I be sitting there listening like, damn, you right. Damn, okay. Like I be having to take in, my own words, because what they say, like, you could preach whatever you want to preach if you're not doing nothing behind it. I'm telling you not to cross the road, but I'm already on the other side. Like, so it be those moments where I'm talking to other people and, trying to lift them up and keep them encouraged and keep their faith, and not just in God, but just keep positive and keep going and keep pushing, not fall into these extreme depression modes. And that's when I'll be like, I need to hear that myself. I ain't got to go to church and get the word. I needed to hear that myself.
You got people believing in like Buddhism, all type of shit. You got people who's Jehovah's Witnesses. You got all type of beliefs out here. At the end of the day, like, they're believing in something. I can't say or tell somebody what to believe in, who to believe in, how I know this person is true, but I know there's a higher being outside myself. I know there's a higher power outside of myself. I'm not going to tell you it's Jehovah. I'm not going to tell you it's Buddha. I'm not going to tell you it's Church of God in Christ, whatever the fuck. It's something. You know what I'm saying? Greater than myself.
Even if the higher power that's outside of yourself is yourself?
It's something. It's something that I know that can move mountains.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in that gift. Like,
yeah.
I believe that you don't have to go to school. You don't have to get these doctorate degree. You don't have to be a preacher to hear the word, because those things, like TD Jakes don't have to touch me and tell me I'm healed. Like, I can go outside and I can believe that I'm healed because I know I'm healed. Like, I got the same power that he got. You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes him any different? Like, God gave us all the tools to do what we need to do with it. And so, like, the only reason why I have a disconnect when it comes to church is, and we fall in love with the style of the church. We fall in love with tradition instead of falling in love with Christ. Like, a lot of shit, like, oh, you got to sit on the first 2 rows, or your skirt too tight, or a lot of rules and feelings that people have against the church or against religion is because of tradition. And I believe if people found religion without tradition, then it'd be a whole different thing. There's no God or there's no spirit by themselves. Like, we're falling in love with the fact, like, Grandpa and them used to do this. We did praise and worship songs like this. Like, people don't understand Ty Tribbett coming out and being there because they didn't sing them type of songs. You know what I'm saying? They was singing melodies from heaven. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't doing all that back then. And so they found fall in love with tradition instead of religion. And I feel like when we get rid of that, what used to be, what they used to do, what Papa and them used to do, what this used to do, because everything elevate, just like religion elevate, spirit elevate. It's not the same form. It can come in the form of the sun today, tomorrow, spirit to be in the moon. You know what I'm saying? Spirit is a forever changing thing. It's not just one. He's before all. He said, I am all. You know what I'm saying? So how can you place him in the box and say he, she, he, sun, moon, fall? Like, that nigga everything. Like I said, that's my, he, him.
I think
You
coming
know?
from that context, I think sometimes even when we're like exploration of our own spirit is still in the context of like whatever foundation we came from. So whether it's Christianity or whatever, we may utilize like terms and things like that, you know, to kind of describe what we believe. Because it was interesting. It was like Christ and you know, but I was thinking, nobody got to teach us about that. Like, you don't have to teach a child about spirit.
Yeah.
Cause like if that's something that's already like within us, right? Like that's already something we just came from, that we're already connected. I think we do a disservice a lot of times because we can tend to disconnect or disrupt the connection with spirit for our children sometimes. You know,
Like
it's
what I
not
said,
anything that we
tradition
can
is-
teach.
We had a conversation when I said tradition is peer pressure from dead people. and that's kind of what Alicia was talking about, right? We pigeonhole into these old ways and these old fashioned, you know, methods of doing
And
things.
I had one.
And that's
to
what I'm
numerous
saying.
of-
That's what I'm saying as far as like teaching, like being able to like, we don't have to teach the children like those things in order to be connected with God's spirit or whatever it is we're trying to have them connect with.
So when I had got to the age where I was trying to figure out what I, you know, because I felt like it was a point where I felt like I needed to follow a religion. Like, oh, I need to follow a religion. I need to be something. If I'm not Christian, what am I gonna be? This, Jehovah Witness. Like, it was so many things. So I'm grateful to be able to have a lot of associates in my life that, you know, had different things. I had sit downs with Israelites, all type of stuff, and just getting their, you know, their point of view. The thing when it comes to this topic is where people can become so offensive is like not acknowledging the fact that everybody has their own opinion. That because you say it don't mean it's so. So just listening to other people and what they believe in and saying it's like spirit and every religion is pretty much the same thing. It just got a different name, a different look. Like Alicia said, it's everything. It transform and it can change to you. You know,
Yeah.
to
That's
your
how they got
individual
that's
spirit,
how they got so many
whatever it
religions.
is that makes
Yeah.
you, you know. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if it wasn't no belief, then what is it?
It was just like religion is like men's ability to trying to seek to understand God, to seek to understand spirit, and give like a name to it. Because even in science,
Spiritual politics.
science is like the Big Bang happened versus God created the heavens and the earth and separated things. You know, it's all some type of belief or connection to something. We all think about people who don't believe in nothing.
I don't know. You know what's crazy? Because I don't think I ever met somebody that just don't believe in nothing.
I had a phase where I'm like, yeah, I didn't believe in spirit or God or whatever. I grew up being a Christian, grew up believing in God. And I had a phase where it's like, everybody was like, he won't put more on you than you can bear. And that scripture, people cannot quote that scripture more wronger than it said. Like, that ain't what he said. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what he meant, you know. But it was just like, I felt like that. Like, he said I couldn't do it and I can't handle this. And I thought I couldn't handle, but he knew I could. He already know what you can do. And I understood the scripture wrong because every time somebody got in a predicament where they needed him or needed scripture, they like, damn, this happened to me, so there ain't no God, or this couldn't be true because where was he then? And I went through a phase where I'm like, yeah, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go through that. Like, it's like, yeah, ain't no spirit, ain't no this, because why he allowed this, or why did I have to go through this? And I had to think about, like, why not? Like, even if there is spirit, what makes me so special where it couldn't happen to me? If it happened to them, why can't it happen to me? And I had to think about, like, wow, you're right. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't say you gonna keep me from everything. You gonna protect me from everything. Like, you didn't say I couldn't handle everything.
You stopped
At one
believing.
point, it was like, yeah, fuck him. I was trying to do everything in my power to go against the grain, to go against what I knew and to go against what I felt. Like, I knew it was a higher power, but I was like, fuck him. And a lot of people do that, like, when it comes to grief, when it comes to a heartache, when it comes to whatever, you try to forget about what you knew, and you be like, it can't possibly be a God, because why would you let me go through this? Why would you let me experience this? You know I'm struggling. But it'd be like, he know you can handle it, and you don't trust yourself, right? And so you having all these doubts, and I had them, and I'm like, damn, he can't be. And I had to think about, like, how really good he is. And when you think about it, and you really like, damn, it's something. It's a greater power. Like, damn, he is great. You know what I'm saying? He is awesome. Like, I started thinking about that shit started to shift. Stuff started to change. You know, things started to move. I started to think different and clearly. And I had an understanding, like, he never told me to read that scripture like that. That scripture just read to me like that. Like, God won't put more in you than you can bear. That nigga never said that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, like really use it. And I said that, like, last week. Like, a lot of people be like, oh, I ain't got to move, or I ain't got to get up, or I'm struggling. God going to pull me through, but who said he going to do that? He already gave you the tools, the knowledge, and everything to do what you need to do to pull yourself up. And a lot of people use religion or Christianity or even spirit as a crutch to be like, whatever it is, this particular thing going to get me there, and it's not. That particular thing might be the thing that's sending you to hit your ass because you got this belief that he's about to be there, or this belief that it's going to pull you out, or this belief that it ain't going to let you experience nothing wrong.
That belief is important to a lot of people because that's what keep them motivated.
But he never said in the Bible that ain't nothing gonna happen. There's gonna be no hardship. There's gonna be, you don't have to do the work. It never said in the Bible that work without faith is dead. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean. What I'm saying, as far as like you saying that they use it, I don't feel like I feel like people can, but I feel like sometimes that is that crutch is needed to get up and keep going, to get back in your head like, yeah, God can, yeah, he did put me, because that's what's needed. That's that push. That's what people feel like. Okay, even though regardless of you sitting there on your ass, whatever you doing, and you like, I gotta move, I gotta do something, that prayer, that same thing, like God gonna get me through. That positivity makes a big difference. I know somebody that's not positive at all. It's not one thing. You could say, well, the sky green, like, no, but the sky blue, but no, the green, the grass brown. And, you know, it's always something negative. When people stop thinking about negativity,
I think that's the flaw in religion, though.
Mm-hmm.
The flaw in religion, I think, is this idea that spirit can't be bad.
Yeah,
but faith with no action is already dead. Like,
I know that.
You having faith, but I'm you're not applying.
But or even things. I mean,
they say all you need is a mustard seed.
Yeah, but even too, like spirit, it can't be bad, or it doesn't feel bad sometimes, or that there's things that are outside of me. That I don't have there's no power outside. Like religion, I've observed in Christianity a lot of times, it makes people like, I'm powerless without God, this entity that's above and beyond me, and so I can't do anything, and so why would he put me through this, and why would he do this, and why would this happen, as if like he didn't say that you have this power as well. Like, I don't like that's the
always
flaw,
took my challenges with the point of it's for me to teach somebody else. I've always had that. So I don't, regardless of everything I've been through, it's never been a point in time where I was just like, you know what, God, why me? No, because I felt in general, I feel like our purpose in coming here is to teach. Teach whatever it is that the person behind it, the person in front of us don't know. If we know it, it's to teach. So that therefore, like I said earlier, I crossed that street. If I never crossed that street first and told you what's on the other side, I can't stop you from coming. If I'm going through all of this stuff, it's for a reason, and I've always been the one. Yes. Yeah. For me to learn, right? But if I don't go through nothing, how can I learn from it? Yeah. I've always been the one to say it. In my family, I love my brothers, but this generation is to break our, what you say, family tradition.
Do y'all feel like y'all are the quote black sheep of your family, the one that goes against the grain?
I'm black sheep of the world.
Like, I said that I'm the only one away. I'm the only one.
She said of the world.
Look, still doing they little own shit. I'm the only one. I find the own way, and I think like my own.
We know Shane of the black sheep.
I'm not even about to say that because I'm thinking black sheep as like a negative connotation.
Oh, well, no,
black
not
sheep
so
is
much.
just out.
Right?
Okay,
Clear
that for me.
Just the one that goes.
It's weird.
The one that goes against the grain.
Yeah,
that's me. The tradition of the family and what everybody does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not the one that everybody doesn't like.
Okay, because sometimes they put that as a negative, like something like they're against them or anything. Yeah. But no, I'm the weirdo. Yeah.
I mean, I'm the one that's gone. I'm gonna ask. The thing is I'm gonna ask questions because I want to know. I want to know. I love picking people's brains. Like, I remember I got kicked out of a church because I asked the pastor a question. And I was just like, you know how when they say in the Bible at the beginning, it's like, oh, at the beginning it was the light and all this. And I'm just like, well, who was at the beginning to tell that part? Because they don't say who spoke and he looked at me.
Get out.
Literally.
So this is where this
I
is-
was like, listen, I was probably, this is when
You're
I
not
was
supposed to
going
question
through my
God.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's literally what was said to me.
Yeah.
I was going through I had to be like 8, 19. I was just
Yeah.
walking into a church trying, going to different churches
You
and
thought
stuff.
you
And
was
I
being,
asked the
she thought you
pastor.
was being smart, being an asshole.
He
You
probably
really
did,
was
but
trying
I
to-
really,
it
and I
was a
said
genuine
that
question,
though.
yeah.
I said that. I said, I really have a question. And he was like, you better pray about it.
That's a good one because that's the limitation of the
Yeah.
humanness that's
Yeah,
there
they
to
don't-
be
they
able
don't know
to
nothing else.
I can't
connect to
question.
that,
I
right?
can't question you because for one, you're
Yeah.
pastor. You know
You're a man just
you
like
know
It
you.
it.
should, yeah.
And I'm supposed to know it.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to. I'm not supposed to question anything. I'm not supposed to say, well,
You're
how
supposed
can
to
you?
question. That's
Right.
how like things are
But
revealed
according
and
to the
unveiled.
But when
Bible.
you question, like you said, going against the grain, you become the black sheep, or you
Yeah.
become looked at differently because you got a question.
And then I think a lot of people who have like or are part of religion or believe in religion or believe in spirit have this like thought in their head like nothing is supposed to happen to them because you know spirit or because you believe in a higher power, you're untouchable. And a lot of times because you know him is the reason why you're going through what you're going through, because he knows you're strong enough to be able to tell a story, or he knows you're strong enough to come out top. And what you might be, the test that you might be or go through might be the testimony for somebody else. And I found out that was a lot of things in my life, because I'm like, I'm in church, I'm doing this, my people in church, like, why did I have to experience this lesson? You know what I'm saying, for my life. And then I was like, wow, because he knew that I would be the one to speak up. He knew that I was strong enough to be like, yeah, this ain't right. And I went through this, and because of this, I'm this, and because of this, I'm great, and because of this, changing me. But a lot of people think, like, because I know him, he not going to do that to me. No, that's why he chose you to go through that. Like, he chose you because he knew, like, you were strong enough to do this, and you had a different excitement at the end of the day.
You know how they say you didn't know how strong you was until you had to be.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand the assignment because I didn't at first, and I was one of them, whoa me. Like, whoa, I don't understand. God, like, damn, I'm going through hell. Like, I'm catching hell in my life right now. But I was able to have a conversation with somebody the other day, and it was like, damn, I was still able to help them. And then I'm like, it's dark as fuck in my life right now. Like, I can't see the light, but somebody to able to see light through me. And I was like, damn, that's what it's about. That's what religion is about, for somebody to see the light in you when you're not even able to see that, and for somebody to know that, to carry you. So that little, that little glimpse of what she did for me, I was able to get that and get it to somebody else. Like, spirit is individuality. Like, it's not just one thing, and it's like you can get it from everywhere. And it's like, it's just knowing and not thinking like, because I know this person, like, I'm protected, I'm shielded, I'm this. You're not. You're the target. You're going to be the reason. You're the chosen. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what the battle is, you got to go in there knowing that I was chosen for this.
So do y'all believe it's
You
a
know.
tip? What religion is that says it's only a certain amount of people?
Guess that's Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
And that's under Christian, the same. way
Yeah, so it's
Christianity.
only a certain amount of people that's gonna make it.
144,000.
And it's a million.
Yeah.
Damn, everybody
Yeah.
gets.
I was just thinking we gotta have like continued conversations after dark, cause I'm over here like buzzing y'all, cause y'all know, and I'm over here with I want to say something that's gonna be like put a wrench in it kind of thing with this. So we need to like do something like that where we just have like continue conversations, because I was thinking, because you the verse that I said before the show in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh. And then it's talking about like how we have power in the words, that we use and that we say, even what we put out into the atmosphere or in the universe or whatever. And so even going through, just piggybacking off you, like, we can go through some shit, that'd be our time and our test, and we chosen whatever. But a lot of shit you go through, you created it out of your own speak and out of your own mouth and out of your own spirit. And those are things that are being attracted to you. That's why you're going through that shit.
Don't complain about the road that you own when it's your own asphalt.
Yeah. Like you being definitely just like really, really being aware of like what you say, even in speak, like just what you speak in your thought. All of that is spirit. All of that is energy. Right. And we have to be mindful of that when you go sit back to say, why me? Woe me. What did you speak? What did you think? How did you intend? Like, what did you align yourself and your spirit to? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to send a message out to my baby.
Your
kids.
babies.
Yeah, my baby kids.
Yeah.
So when it comes to y'all children, so
I was
like
about to
when
say.
it like you ask, do we pray before we eat? You know,
Say your grace, yeah.
at times I do, at times I don't. I'm not even gonna lie. When I was younger, my kids pretty much motivated me more because they was like, "We gotta give thanks. We gotta give thanks," and they was so. My kids changed so much. When they was little, they were just so sweet. Now they like pre-teening, and I don't know what to do. But anyway, when they was younger, they used to be so sweet. It's like we gotta give thanks because everybody can't eat like we do. So they used to always have that like. They always had that empathy for people and knowing like that they are fortunate and there are less fortunate people, children in this world. So when we were younger, we was faithful. Like, you know what, God, thank you for this food. All right, let's eat. But as we got older, and I still be like, oh, thank you. Thank you. It's good. Thank God it's food good.
I think I stopped praying over my food as well because a lot of times I'm eating when I'm high, and it's like I need to put something on my stomach. I need to get this liquor off my stomach, so I'm just eating. The only time I can think that I'm praying was like if I'm starving or something. It was like, damn God, thank you for this meal type shit. Like, but the sit down, I remember growing up, we prayed every morning when we got up on the way to school. We sat down, we prayed every night. We did all this, and the house was still hell. You know what I'm saying? We did all this praying and all of this, and it was just like, is it necessary? You know what I'm saying? Because what the hell is we praying for? And it's still hell in the household, you know?
In the house.
It's still hell.
That's why it's that.
You know, so it
yeah.
was just like, as I grew up,
Probably
it was
would've been
just
worse
like,
if you did.
it's in me. Like, a lot of times I can say a prayer in my head, like, you know, real quick. I don't have to say it out loud. And I'm like, that's tradition. That's another thing where, like, I believe a lot of stuff is tradition, like to get up and to pray. Did you say grace? Like, how you know I didn't? You know what I'm saying? I said, God, thank you for this food. I'm about to receive all that in my head. I don't have to say it out loud for it to be true or allowed to be thankful, allowed to feel like I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we were taught. And I think when I got older, I got so far out of tradition. It's like, I really don't care. You know, they be like, come to God as you are. Like, I feel like I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to be my whole self when coming to Christ. And if I'm not praying every day over my food because I'm with somebody who be like, girl, you ain't pray over that, and I'm not. Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I know him for myself, and he don't require me to give thanks. He know I'm thankful.
I think
You know.
I approach it. I think I approach it in a way of like more like gratitude. So I don't, you know, like praying over like I did it all the time. This was grew up in church. Like you say your grace, and as far as when my kid is more so, you know, I think I'm trying to navigate like this spirituality thing with my son too, because of the space I'm in, and also not to be in a space where, you know, I can give him tradition, I can give him teachings of things and things like that, but I also want him to evolve too in his own spirit and what that looks like for him. And so, but I do make it, you know, a point to be like, okay, we can give gratitude for certain things. Like, what are you grateful for today? Right? And that holds that space of that grace, even and that covers that food. I said I was grateful for food on Tuesday, so it's okay.
You know, I'm not sitting down after every meal or before every meal. I'm not now lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not doing that every night, and that don't mean that I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know him, and I know him very well, but I also know him for myself, and so those type of things don't move me. Just like going to a church don't move me. Like, I rode past my old church the other day, and it didn't feel the same, because church becomes clicked, and then you go to church because of who you know or who you want to see, and not of what you're trying to know or who you're trying to know. And so, like, it's like, because I don't go to church, you think I don't know God, or because I'm not in the church, you think, you know what I'm saying, I'm not a Christian, or I don't believe, or I don't know spirit, I don't know him for myself. And so I just stopped doing it all. Like, you know, you can believe what you want to believe, but I know when it's a problem, I know who to call on, and I know him, and I know he's gonna show up, and ain't nothing you can tell me or you can tell me that's gonna make me believe that there's not a higher being. And that's, I know for myself, because I felt them and I experienced them, and I know he's real. So, you know, that's my take on it. Everybody gonna believe what they want to believe, choose to feel what they want to feel. It's Buddha, it's Huda, it's whoever, you know. I don't know these niggas.
Well, what I see nowadays is so many different types of the same religion. so many different type of Christians and so
It's
many
25
types.
different hundreds of versions of Christianity. It's
And it's crazy because you see it. You
We
see it within these people.
Asian Jesus.
I
we
had-
got Hispanic Jesus.
I got
I
my
had,
nigga.
Jamaican Jesus.
Listen, so I saw a post where, she's a Christian and she was pretty much saying, it's time for me to do, I want to light some sage and meditate. And then another Christian came on there and was like, how you a Christian?
Yeah, they don't
And
believe
you-
in crystals
that's,
and
you
all
doing
of that.
witchcraft and this and that. And it's like, but, in that area, I normally don't tamper with because I just feel like nobody have the say so. Nobody can say that. Just like in the Bible, it say you're not supposed to have no other God, but you got to praise Jesus Christ to get to God. Or you got to praise Mary to get to God. Or you got to go through all
Don't
these
worship
people.
man, but Jesus is a man.
Yeah. Shit,
That
the
people
people
get
worship.
I can do you.
God.
I
but
can do you
people
better than
worship-
Jesus.
But
He
people
three
worship
men, right?
their pastors.
God
He
can
the
do you
Father,
better
the
than
Son,
Jesus.
and the Holy Ghost. Like, damn, you three niggas. I said he
Yeah.
was him. You know?
No, that's
The fuck?
so that's why I think like with religion, like even the Bible got a space and a place, right? Like that's full of magic there, and I think people just misinterpret the magic of it. Either they take things that are literal that aren't supposed to be taken as literal, and the things that are should be taken as literal they
It's
don't.
not. Yeah.
So like even that Jesus was just a man, and like I said, going back to my grandfather's foundation that taught me, he used to say, because y'all know that song, "Can't Nobody Do Me Like Jesus."
Yeah. Can't nobody.
He was like, maybe I can do you better than Jesus.
Oh.
And they be like, what? No, you can't. And he was like, Jesus was a man.
And was.
Jesus bled like
Jesus
you.
was a man. Christ was the divine piece, right? Christ is the God
Holy
piece,
Ghost.
right? Like Jesus is a man. He can't. But you're right. Like in religion, we take that, like we put that in the man, this physical form, and then again, we negate ourselves in that spirit that we have already that we're connected to.
Or like, when something happened bad to somebody and they be like, that's the devil.
Yeah,
Like
those
you
guys
run
too.
out of gas and you be
No,
like,
and it
that's the
coulda been-
motherfucking devil.
No, fuck all that.
But
It
look,
could have
you
been
knew
your
you ain't-
option. It could have been your
Yes,
choice.
listen what I'm about to say.
coulda
You knew you
choose
ain't had
that.
no gas in your car all week. You been putting $3 in, $3 in, $3 in. You take a ride to the west side and you done run out of gas. The fucking devil. No, that was you. Bro, stop blaming shit on the devil. He don't have nothing to do with some of y'all foolishness. It's not him all the
Take
time.
You are the
It's
devil.
you.
You are the
You are
devil.
your own problem. Like you knew all
are
week.
your
You ain't
own
had
demon.
gas. You knew all week you needed to wash them kids' uniform clothes. You knew all week you was gonna be late for work. Like it's not the devil. Devil and
It's
God.
you.
It don't work like that.
It's
like
you.
take.
So it's the
That's
God.
responsibility.
So look, if God can
Listen.
be in you, then Satan can be in you as well.
Most
Man,
definitely,
take
they operate in the
responsibility.
same being.
That is
Okay.
not the devil. That you ain't
Okay.
got no food.
That's all that is. That's above and below.
Okay.
You ain't
Right,
take that
that's
pack of meat
But,
out.
Devil,
okay.
That's all in the
You
same
know,
being.
it take 5 hours to defrost a pack of chicken. Like, it's not the devil that the kids didn't do it an hour when you call them. Like, people need to take responsibility. And I know
Take
I'm just using
accountability.
that for, like, an example, but I hate that. Like, everybody want to, when shit not right, oh, the devil coming for me, or, oh, God ain't all this. No, it's you. Like,
Because
a lot
it-
of times
You know
we are
what's
our
crazy
biggest
is
problem.
I don't think I ever, like, even thinking about the stuff that happened, I don't think I ever went to the point to blame Satan. Like, I've always, a lot of things just, like, the universe by itself is hell. Earth, all of this shit is just, it's
And
crazy
when
by itself.
when I hear that, like that indicates to me that people haven't like really taken and like researched, like read their Bible themselves. Because
When you hear what?
when people say like the devil did it or the devil made me
They
do
just
it,
have no accountability.
there was the
Oh, this
example.
this gonna have to be a good kind.
This, yeah,
this gonna have to be going.
when Jesus was taken up on the mountain by Satan, and he was like, "Oh, you can have all this if all you do is jump. If all you do is
We're
this."
talking about God speak, Ashley.
So the devil don't have any power. All the devil in this Christianity base of things is to suggest something. It's to whisper something, and it's up to you to decide to say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this," or
Well, whisper
not.
louder. They both
Yeah.
whisper. You
Yeah,
remember
whisper.
that meditation, the white devil here, the
And then,
red
yeah.
devil here. They both
Yeah.
telling you the same shit. Is which voice is more attractive to you? Like he might be saying the same thing, but this one over here dangling some money in front of your face.
Yeah.
And this
So
one over
again,
here
Which one look
dangling a
better?
degree in
This
front
is-
of your face.
that's-
Which one do you want?
Which
you
one
hear
look
both
better?
voices.
All your power. This
You
is what
know?
I'm saying. This is all
Which
your
one look
power. This
better?
is where you gotta. This is the idea of like hear people like operate to say I'm a God, right? Like,
Or they
I'm
him. I had those.
no, I'm
Cause
saying,
that.
but I'm saying as a belief because I believe myself to be a God. You know,
Or we made in his own
You
image.
know.
So if he's a God, then what are we? If we're made, that's what the Bible says, right? For those go scripture, word by word. It says we're made in his own image. So if he's some form of God, then he gave us the power to be a God. He said we got the option and the power to look at somebody and say, be healed. To touch somebody and say, be healed. To change that. So if we got that power, then what are we? He said you can speak and tell somebody to be healed as long as you believe it and as long as you speak it. You know what I'm saying? We got the same power to do what he doing. He gave us the same tools. So if you're really going to take God as literal, then why not believe that? Why not look at somebody and be like, you healed? You know what I'm saying? Or heal yourself, like you said. Encourage yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all something. It's true. Because I promise you, when I became cancer-free, listen, I went to the doctor and they found something else on my ovary. And I'm like, it's nothing. I'm like, they about to tell, and I'm talking all type of stuff. They about to tell me I'm cancer-free when I say I had 6 more weeks of treatment already lined up for me. I went in and the doctor said, Kelly? I said, yeah. Because I'm like, what you about to say? Because what's up? Like, just get to it. He was like, you want to ring that bell today? I said, what you mean? Do I want to ring the bell today? Like, what? Man, listen, what's crazy is a lot of people, I was kind of upset because I didn't get a chance, to take my video or nothing like that. Because all I wanted to do was kiss my babies. I couldn't kiss my babies. That's all I wanted to do. Come here, kiss. Mwah! I love you. I just wanted to be around my babies. Because they wasn't around me during that time. So you speak that and you believe it. Like, you motherfuckers can say it all day, I'm healed, but you have to really believe, like, hey, whatever is in my body is gone. Yeah. Like, it have to. You have to.
I don't understand why a lot of people, they pay for like conferences, they pay for like prophetess, they look for the title and the type of preacher to go out, or you the evangelism, you this, I need you to reach out and touch me. Like I said, I gave that girl my $20 because I felt like she had a word for me, right?
She did, though.
Right? Yeah, she did have a word.
I knew I was rebellious. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had no word.
Sometimes spirit is confirmation.
Yeah, but a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? It's out and looking for somebody to tell you, to confirm what you already know about yourself. And it don't have to be, it don't have to be a apostle. It don't have to be this. You don't have to sow $100 into this ministry to know. You know what I'm saying? To change your life. You don't have to do that. Buy the oil on TV. Buy this Holy Ghost cloth. Like, stop believing in tradition and really get to know him. Get to know yourself.
Get to know spirit yourself.
And get to know that we have the same power. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. That's in the Bible as well. Whatever virgin you want to read, King James, anything.
Understand that mental, like, that is important. You think negative is going to come your way. You think positive things are going to happen.
Maybe.
I feel like it will.
I thought positive.
I feel like it will.
I'm like, I'm not gonna get fired when I go to work, and the bitch got fired.
Now, if you
real
know,
shit.
let's be realistic. If you gonna think positive and you know you fucking up, come on, let's not be dumb. Let's not be dumb. If you knew you got 7 points, I'm gonna go to work today.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the devil.
That's what I'm saying with that.
That positive thought is, I hope with all the fuck ups I did, they don't fire me. Now they fire you, there ain't nobody fuck but yours.
That's the devil.
Positive.
I've been talking shit all day at work. Like, I get to work and get fired. That's the motherfucking devil. That ain't God. He wasn't in that.
I think in that sense, I guess for most part, you think positive things gonna happen, negative things gonna happen.
I believe that.
But I think in this way, because like sometimes we can set ourselves up faulty for that, and especially we get into a space of toxic positivity with that. And so when I just think about positive, negative, like, speaking out things that add to me. Right, and like, even if it's negative, I can speak of things to take away from me, because sometimes we need some stuff to be taken away from us. And so even if we perceive that as a negative thing that happened to us, it is still something that's
I still
beneficial.
Needed to know
you still
I had a
needed
rebellious
to
spirit on
be
me.
that.
You know?
And I'm just like framing, not saying that that's how you think, but framing for people. Some people like think like positive, and I think positive, and positive is gonna happen.
No,
and I think negative is gonna happen.
Let me elaborate. What I mean, for example, if you got a test. A lot of people going to a test. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. Yeah. And it's going to bring your mind going to be clouded. So you're not going to get none of them answers. You're not going to remember anything, because I don't care what nobody say. Depression or that negative energy, it weights you down. It weights you down. You get ugly looking. You just,
I got skinny. I'm sorry. Somebody thought I was a cokehead. Like, girl, you on that stuff? Because that ass was dropping. Like, no, I'm just stressed.
if
ass
you
is
go
dropping,
into
baby.
that test and you like, well, shit, I'm thinking positive because regardless of the outcome, if I fail, I could still pass it. I could still retake it. You thinking positive and you go in there and you pass it, then what? You ain't got to worry about no retake. Positive is not just saying, oh, I know I'm going in there cocky.
Yeah.
It's not being cocky.
But if you
It's being
smoke 2 days
confident.
before, you know damn well you're not about to pass that drug test.
Don't go.
Don't
You
go in
better
there
go back.
praying, God. No, you know damn well
You better use
that ain't
God
gonna clear that
and
system
your
out
knowledge
that quick. Like
to
some
get your
people,
friends' urine.
Some
to go
people-
take your friends'
you know,
urine in there.
some people
so
just
that
gotta
you can
be
go past that drug test. So
realistic
that
with
you can
God.
get that
Like
job.
another thing, God, spirit. Some people need to really be
Wisdom is the
realistic.
application
Yes.
of knowledge.
That's all I care
Yes.
about is really, you know, don't go in there like I'm trusting, I'm believing, I'm speaking to existence, I'm about to pass this drug test. I'm speaking it and I know it. God got me. You just hit the blood last night. God ain't got shit.
Listen,
God
listen,
ain't
y'all.
got it.
But
God
sometimes,
ain't got it, bro.
sometimes in the spirit operates out the confines of what we think to be, you know, set.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because all of this shit is made up. And we've created all of it in this matrix simulation that we're in anyway. So even we can operate in spirit out of the confines of what's like set to say, oh, that's impossible for that to happen. Nah, baby, it's just a miracle.
That's just
You know,
spirit working. Because spirit,
just
you
a
know what?
miracle.
Spirit
You don't know
is the impossible.
I smoked yesterday and I
Let me-
passed the test
listen,
today.
Let me tell y'all something. When I was younger, right? You know how they be like,
I flushed my system
God.
100 times. Bitch was drinking gallons of water. Like, you knew what you had to do. That wasn't just spirit. You didn't wake up clean. You ain't tell people how you drank motherfucking
or
gallons of
smoke.
water.
I removed that from
No,
me.
you know how they say what they say. Jesus turned water into wine. You can
Flesh
drink,
that system out.
don't drink to get drunk.
Yeah, it turned into water. The wine I had in my system last night turned to water. It ain't showing
I
up
was
no
like,
more.
I want to see the point. I'm on the ride. Like, God, I'm not gonna do it again. You get me out this air. I knew what it was when I couldn't
Yeah, that was
put that
you.
seatbelt on. I mean, God,
That's
please
that
get me
fear.
down. How he gonna get me out the air?
The one thing is, fear gonna have you running at everybody, anybody God.
Just God, like,
Put
I don't
somebody in a fearful situation that don't believe. You gonna believe in something.
just people need to stop using spirit as a crutch and like knowing spirit and really defining what spirit is, regardless of what you believe in, regardless of who you believe in, knowing there's a greater power and treating it like a greater power.
And no, you are not responsible for nobody but yourself. So stop putting everybody else spiritual space on you. What they do don't have anything to do with where you gonna end up at, wherever you believe in. Stop being so concerned about other people's
and
spirit.
fuck tradition. You can wear jeans to church.
Period.
What you mean? You can sit on the
And
front
show your
row.
toes.
You still got to put the scarf around your lap. You know what I'm saying? If your skirt too short, but you know, fuck
Wear
tradition.
some earrings.
You know?
Wear some earrings.
You can wear pants to church. You know, fuck tradition.
I say the best
Religion
route,
is in the heart.
The route to spirit is
Okay,
get
now-
to know yourself.
Yes.
Meditate and go
Yes.
within, you know, connect with self and however that looks like for you, you know, whether that's meditation or prayer or shrooms or weed or
Oh, I was just about to say that
or
because you
whatever
smoke or
say.
do
You
drugs
know.
do not mean you don't know God.
Yeah.
You know, God did not
Yeah.
say don't do drugs. He didn't say don't smoke weed, don't do shrooms. He didn't say that. He said don't abuse it.
It said Genesis 1:31, I think it says, for he has given us everything of the ground, the herbs of the grass for us to,
And what is
to
weed?
use. Yeah. For us
And
to
so
use. It's
don't
a
feel
herb.
bad if you
It
got to
grow
go
out
to
the
church
ground.
smelling like weed. Just spray before sometimes knowing it's the best
Girl.
part. But you can't go to work if you smoke. Well, go to church if you smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, no. Go.
Yeah.
You hear me?
But no, definitely to go within and trust in
Trust
yourself.
yourself.
Be kind
And
to
each
yourself.
other.
Trust yourself.
Be kind to
Be
yourself.
kind to yourself.
And smoke
Love
before you go.
yourself. Love others.
Before
Smile.
you got
Go
Smoke
smoke before you go. So you
Hey.
can have a clear head in the understanding to
And
know him
under-
for yourself.
Listen,
It's a,
and understand that spirit can be your nigga as well.
Yeah.
Spirit is my nigga.
Spirit is
I
my
ain't about
nigga.
to lie to y'all.
Kendra got a song called Cushion Corinthians. It smoke Kush while reading Corinthians. Yeah,
Hey.
you smoking. You might get better insight if you high. So
But if you like learn spirit as your homie and think
Yeah.
of him as your homie, you'll understand it like
Yeah.
you will really understand it, because even your homies let you down. Spirit may
You know,
let you down.
somebody
You know what I'm
asked me
saying?
a
Don't
while
let me
ago,
down.
like, how do you pray? And I'm like,
Well, he might have a different plan for you that you're not aware of,
pray
and it's
for
not the plan
yourself.
that you want. So you might be disappointed in spirit, but it's always like a redirection. But
You gonna be
spirit didn't had a
disappointed
different
at some point in
plan.
your life.
Yeah, spirit didn't had a different plan for me for my life than that I thought. And like I told y'all one time, for a long time I was mad. I didn't understand him. I was like, this is what I want. This is what I'm trying to do, and he had a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, he'll force a motherfucker to sit down, and I think that's what Spirit is doing. But, yeah, that's my
And
nigga.
that means sit down.
You hear me? And that's my
Spirit is
nigga.
my
And I see him.
nigga.
Spirit
That's
is
my nigga. But love yourself, okay? Love
Yeah.
each other, and you know, fuck. Don't
And
let
fuck,
nobody judge
yes.
you. Fuck these motherfuckers.
Oh.
Don't let nobody see. I wasn't saying that. I was saying, fuck these people. Do not let nobody judge you, bring you down, and regardless of what you believe in. If you don't believe, that's on you. It's still on you.
But still fuck.
Still fuck.
At the end of
At
it.
the end of it.
Fuck, not fight. Y'all know I'm
Not
all for the
fuck, not
shit.
fight.
All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all know what it is. It is My Sis Podcast. We fucking not fighting.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.